Alrighty, hello there, everybody. We're going to be having a little bit of fun today. You can see the opening there. It kind of pertains to that. And we're having a little fun with it, obviously, because it will go along with the subject of today's video. But from the opening there, you saw REO Speedwagon, Keep On Loving You. This is a little joke that springs from a little game that I have, going with a friend of mine, Sharon Sunshiny, my trusty Ouija. So we occasionally will, be in the car or whatever, and we'll, a song will come on the radio and we'll sing some alternate lyrics to each other for fun. Well, just so happened recently, REO Speedwagon, Keep On Loving You came on in my car, and I came up with some alternate lyrics that went something along the lines of, basically talking about the Scots, and they wanna keep on loving EU, 'cause it's the only thing they wanna do. Westminster's lies run deep, they just wanna keep on loving EU. So we were having a little bit of fun with it. I may actually make a full parody here at some point, but anyways, so we're having a little bit of fun with it today anyways. So what we're going to be talking about, I think, is going to be interesting, and I think it's something that moving forward, the independence movement should hope for more of this type of thing. What we have is a watchmaking company that was based in England, actually right on the Thames. But with the reality of Brexit, they no longer find themselves aligned with staying in England, and what they have chosen to do is move their base of operations to Scotland. The reason why is because they feel like Scotland, at least sometime in the somewhat recent or near future, will be, gaining its independence and will be getting back into the EU. And I anticipate that there may be more companies that may follow suit with this company, who will see Scotland as the haven to getting back into the EU as quick as possible. And I imagine there could be a fair amount of businesses who may reason that way, because they don't want to be taken out of the single market. I mean, I'm not here to naysay Brexit. I'm just saying that for people that it doesn't agree with, and that could potentially move to Scotland the way this company's done, that could very much help the independence movement. And like I said, it's Scotland is set up to be a place where, like I said, those in the UK that are looking to hopefully get back into the EU, Scotland's probably going to be the place where they're going to go, because that's probably where the biggest chance of getting back into the EU rests, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the article here, and we'll come on back. Alrighty, this is from an article called "Scotland's Pro-EU Stance Triggers Watchmaking Firms Move from England." This is obviously these two gentlemen who are running that company. They're the co-founders, and goes on to say here, a watchmaking firm has quit England for a new base in Scotland as a result of Brexit. Bosses at the Marlowe Watch Company said the move was part of a planned expansion strategy, but was also influenced by Scotland's support for the EU. Co-founder Oliver Goff said the company's values are much more in line with Scotland than the rest of Britain right now. He spoke out after the firm moved from Henley on the Thames in Oxfordshire to Perth, where it plans to recruit new workers. As a business, we would have preferred to remain and post-Brexit. This is more likely to happen for Scotland than for the rest of Britain, Oliver Goff. The possibility that Scotland could become independent and rejoin the EU was said by the firm to be an important trigger in the relocation. Mr. Goff said, "As a business, we are certainly pro-Remain, so a Scottish base sits better with our values. We want our children to grow up in a global world, not one that's ring-fenced. Our values are much more in line with Scotland than the rest of Britain right now." He added, "Brexit certainly closes some doors for British businesses. There is concern about how the effect on trade and recruiting EU talent will be managed. As a business, we would have preferred to remain And post-Brexit, this is more likely to happen for Scotland than the rest of Britain. Okay, so there you have it. This is the type of thing I think that will only work in independence' favor. If more and more companies like this move their base of operations to Scotland, set up shop in Scotland, that will be more taxable revenue, obviously, for Scotland in the future if more and more of these companies come there in the hopes of rejoining the EU. So this is something that could work out very much in independence' favor. And so I think it's something to be hoped for more companies to follow suit, just like that company that you see there did. So obviously we're having a little fun with it today, obviously, and with this company's decision, it kind of fits in with the whole keep on loving EU kind of thing, like I kind of introduced at the beginning here. Obviously we're having a little bit of fun with it today and everything, but it doesn't take away from the seriousness of, really what I'm saying, and that I think things like this, companies like this moving to Scotland, can be very helpful for the independence movement. Before we go here, this is going to be a short one today, but before we go here today, I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about this tie you see me wear here, folks. This tie, for those of you who don't know, I have another YouTube channel where I talk about criminal justice reform, criminal justice, true crime, and even lately I've gotten into a civil rights issue, talking about a community college campus in Kansas that may be committing some civil rights violations, possibly. So over on that channel, I have a group of folks that have attached themselves to me, and they're kind of like a research community. Part of that research community was a good friend of ours named Ziggy, which is what this tie is meant to commemorate. Ziggy was a huge supporter of Steven Avery and Brendan Dassey, which is a large part of what my other channel is about, the Making a Murderer Netflix documentary. For those of you who don't know who Steven Avery and Brendan Dassey are, they were featured in that documentary that you may have heard of. Ziggy was just a phenomenal help. She was a great researcher. She was just, Johnny on the spot when we needed somebody to help out with things, because we do a lot of events on my other channel. We got one coming up, a 48-hour event where we're going to be live for 48 hours across about 8 or 10 different channels, where we'll be handing it off about every 4 hours. So we have all these little events, and she was always there to help. And she would have also, I guarantee you, she would have also been a huge supporter of Scottish independence. But she's no longer with us, and that is why this tie, and it's why I'm wearing it. And so I just wanted to say that, obviously, because we do miss Ziggy. I know that you here, the Scots that are tuning in over here never knew who Ziggy was, but I did want to say, I did want to just to say what this tie represents, so that if you see me wearing it in the future, that I'm thinking about my good friend Ziggy. So anyways, that's about that's about it for today. I just wanted to show that. You guys can be looking forward to my coverage of the Willie McRae situation coming up very soon. That will be kind of like to go in concert with the Macron report, so that people can understand what was going on at that period of time. And I think you'll find it very concerning. So that's something else we got coming up. So to get back to it, obviously, 'cause they wanna keep on loving EU, 'cause it's the only thing they wanna do. Westminster's lies run deep. They just wanna keep on loving EU. Alrighty, folks, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you. And I'm gonna keep